I'm gonna read you a post from the Change the Industry group. Gentleman posts and says, when you're trying to bring up profit on jobs, what is your go-to? It seems locally the answer is to drop labor to techs. Some maintenance jobs have been adjusted enough that techs won't even bother trying to sell them unless other work is done. Now, I would love to hear your opinion, but I think one of two things. Either these technicians who are making these comments do not understand the business financials, or the business owners don't understand the business financials. Because what I can tell you right now is, if the business is not profitable, I can look at any one of the metrics for the business, ARO, hours per RO, average opportunity, parts gross profit, labor gross profit. I can look at these numbers and determine what adjustments are needed. And I'll tell you this, those adjustments never, ever, 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 ever include cutting someone's pay. Now, I get that we're talking here recently about labor times coming down and small adjustments being made and technicians not being treated fairly. I don't believe in that, okay? And we know that labor times have been cut in some dealers where, like, it's literally been said, hey, we know this is the book time, we're gonna take some time off of that. Automobiles are getting more complex by the day, and we're all of a sudden going to start charging less time to fix them, to test them, whatever. That logic doesn't stand for me. But to answer the question of this gentleman, if I need to bring profit up in jobs, I'm not looking at it as on a job by job basis. The way I measure my jobs is I'm going to look at that ticket. I am going to determine what is my gross profit per hour, what's my parts gross profit percentage, what's my parts gross profit dollars. I'm going to evaluate the ticket. As a matter of fact, every single ticket that is sold in my shop is evaluated by the service advisor to make sure it meets the standard metrics. That's all there is to it. I don't understand why it needs to be more complicated than that. And then weekly, I measure some numbers again. I look at them and I say, hey, listen, here's the numbers that I measure. I measure technician billed hours. I measure the hours per RO. I measure the average repair order. I measure parts gross profit, labor gross profit. I do kind of on a monthly basis. But I go through this motion every single day, every single week, every single month. I have numbers that I look at to manage the business with. I don't need to make these adjustments like that to all of a sudden make more profit. So if people are making adjustments in the business in this really irrational way, this really abrupt way, it makes me think that there's more to the story.